There's a story I want to share with you, a story that begins not with a dramatic heart attack, not with hospital alarms, and not with a sudden collapse, but with something far more subtle. A restless night. For months, Daniel, a Vietnamese software engineer living in California, had been waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. exhausted. Anxious, his mind was racing, his heart pounding for no clear reason. At first, he blamed work. Then stress, then age. Then maybe, he thought, he just didn't have the sleep gene. But what he didn't know was that his heart had been whispering to him long before his brain started screaming. One morning, after another sleepless night, Daniel sat on the edge of his bed and wondered, why do I feel tired even when I sleep? Why does my heart beat so fast for no reason? Why does my mind feel foggy all day? What Daniel discovered later after. Doctor visits, tests, and countless sleepless nights was something most people never hear about. His heart was silently affecting his brain. His brain was silently destroying his sleep. And all three, heart, brain, and sleep, were locked together in a cycle no one had explained to him. Today, I want to take you through Daniel's journey, because his story is not rare. In fact, millions of people are living exactly like him, without even realizing it. And if you've ever struggled with poor sleep, anxiety, brain fog, low energy, or unexplained chest tightness, this video might help you understand the missing piece. If this story resonates with you, and you want to discover more science-backed ways to improve your well-being, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us create more content just like this. Now, sit with me, take a breath, and let's explore the science and the humanity behind how the heart, the brain, and sleep are deeply connected, and how healing one can transform the others. For years, people were taught one simple idea: your brain controls everything. But that's not the full story. Modern neuroscience has revealed something shocking. The heart has its own brain. Yes, literally. Inside your heart is a network of over 40,000 neurons, not muscle cells, not random tissue, but neurons, same type of cells found in your brain. This discovery birthed an entire field of science, neurocardiology. What does this mean? It means your heart doesn't just pump blood. It sends information, emotional, electrical, chemical, information directly to your brain. And here is the part that surprises most people. 90% of the communication between your heart and brain travels from the heart to the brain, not the other way around. Let me say that again. Your heart influences your brain far more than your brain influences your heart. When your heart rhythm is stable, smooth, and healthy, your brain receives calm signals. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decision-making, emotional control, and focus, functions beautifully. But when your heart rhythm becomes chaotic, irregular, or stressed, your brain receives signals that activate the amygdala, or fear and anxiety center. This means a stressed heart can create an anxious mind, an inflamed heart can create a foggy mind, and a tired heart can create an unfocused mind. This is why people often say, "I feel it in my heart," or "something feels heavy in my chest." They're not being poetic, they're being literal. Your heart and your brain are dancing with each other every second. When one suffers, the other feels the pain. Let's go back to Daniel. Why did his heart affect his sleep so deeply? To understand that, we have to talk about HRV, heart rate variability. HRV measures how flexible your heart rhythm is. A healthy heart has a high HRV, meaning it can adapt easily, like a skilled dancer. A distressed heart has a low HRV, meaning it's stiff, rigid, and stressed. Research from Stanford, Harvard, and the HeartMath Institute shows that low HRV equals poor sleep, while high HRV equals deep, restorative sleep. Here's why. When your heart is stressed even slightly, it sends emergency signals to your brain. Your brain responds by increasing adrenaline, cortisol, and alertness, putting you on internal threat scan. This means that even when you lie down to sleep, your brain is on guard, waiting for danger. You might fall asleep, but you won't stay asleep. You wake up at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., or 4:30 a.m., eyes wide open. Your heart is still sending fight or flight messages. your brain is still responding to them. This is exactly what Daniel experienced. His heart was stressed not dangerously, but consistently. The signals traveled upward. His brain stayed alert. His sleep fragmented. Night after night. But here's where the story becomes even more interesting, because the communication goes both ways. Poor sleep doesn't just come from heart problems. Poor sleep actually creates heart problems. One night of sleep deprivation increases your heart inflammation markers like CRP by up to 100%. Sleep apnea triples your risk of heart attack and stroke. People who regularly sleep less than 6 hours per night have a 20 to 40% higher risk of cardiovascular issues. Why? Because sleep is when your heart slows down, repairs tissue, reduces inflammation, resets blood pressure, and balances hormones. Without proper sleep, your heart ages faster, literally faster. Research from the European Heart Journal found that one bad night of sleep can make your cardiovascular system function as if it were 6 months older. Imagine what months or years of poor sleep do. This is what happened to Daniel. He wasn't sick or unhealthy. He was simply sleep deprived, and the sleep deprivation pushed his heart into distress. This cycle fed itself. Heart stress, brain stress, poor sleep increased heart stress, even worse sleep. A loop no one warned him about. Daniel also noticed something else. He was becoming more emotional, more irritable, more forgetful, more overwhelmed by small things. Why? Because the heart sends emotional data to the brain. When heart rhythms are chaotic, the amygdala becomes more reactive. This means you worry more, overthink, react faster, and calm down slower. Meanwhile, poor sleep lowers serotonin and dopamine chemicals that regulate mood. It also decreases BDNF protein that supports neuron growth and protects your memory. Daniel felt this every day, forgetting things, losing focus, zoning out, worrying about everything, and feeling disconnected from himself. He thought it was burnout. In reality, it was neurocardiological imbalance. The heart and brain were out of sync. His sleep was broken. His emotions were unstable. Nothing was wrong with him. The system inside him was simply overwhelmed. One evening, after another frustrating night, Daniel made a decision. I can't live like this anymore. He started researching, reading, watching experts, and visiting doctors. Slowly, piece by piece, he discovered the exact steps that would later change his life. Here are the 4 habits that transformed Daniel's heart, brain, and sleep. And these aren't theories, they're practices backed by the strongest science in the world. First, coherent breathing. The 5 to 5 method. Inhale for 5 seconds. Exhale for 5 seconds. For 3 to 10 minutes, this breathing pattern shifts your heart rhythm into coherence, the state where your heart and brain synchronize beautifully. Studies show it reduces anxiety, increases HRV, improves sleep depth, and balances the nervous system. Daniel practiced this every night. It was the first thing that gave him hope. Second, a 10-minute evening walk. Simple, gentle, but extremely powerful. Walking lowers cortisol after sunset and prepares the heart for rest. It also stabilizes blood pressure and signals to the brain. It has time to calm down. Daniel said this one habit reduced his nighttime heart racing by half. Third, a low-inflammation heart-brain diet. Daniel added walnuts, blueberries, salmon, olive oil, magnesium, and omega-3 salve. These foods increase blood flow to the brain and reduce inflammation in the heart. Within weeks, his mental clarity improved. Fourth, and the biggest one, was light control and a consistent sleep routine. Daniel learned that bright morning light leads to good sleep. Dim evening light increases melatonin, and regular sleep times create a stable heart rhythm. He stopped using bright screens before bed and replaced them with warm light. Within 2 weeks, he stopped waking up at 2 a.m. 3 months later, Daniel wasn't the same person. His mind felt clear again. His emotions felt balanced. His sleep felt deep and peaceful. He said, "For the first time in years, I feel like my heart and my mind are on the same team." And that sentence is the heart of this entire video. Because when your heart and brain move together, your whole life changes. This wasn't magic. This wasn't medication. This wasn't luck. It was biology, consistency, self-awareness, and small habits repeated daily. Maybe you see a part of yourself in Daniel's story. Maybe you struggle with waking up at 3 a.m., feeling anxious for no reason, a pounding heart at night, memory issues, brain fog, or emotional ups and downs. Or maybe you simply feel not like yourself. If that's you, remember this. It might not be your mind. It might not be your sleep. It might not be your mood. It might be your heart trying to tell you something. Your heart and brain are partners. They depend on each other. They influence each other. They heal each other. When one suffers, both suffer. When one heals, both heal. You don't need massive changes. You don't need perfection. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need small, consistent habits that reconnect your heart and your brain. Because when your heart finds peace, your mind finds clarity, and your nights finally find rest. Before we end, I want you to hold on to one truth. Your brain shapes your world, but your heart powers it. If you take care of your heart with breath, with movement, with nourishment, with rest, your brain will thank you in the form of peace, clarity, and deep sleep. And your future self, the version of you who sleeps well, thinks clearly, and feels emotionally grounded, will look back and say, "Thank you for choosing to heal." If this message resonated with you, and you want to continue this journey of healing with us, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It means the world to us, and ensures you won't miss our future videos. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. Take care of your heart, take care of your brain, and sleep gently. Good night. I'll see you in the next video.